Hey everyone, welcome to a brand new video. My name is Harmon. Today's video is all about a 42-year-old woman named Jennifer Barrett who was murdered. Now, this took place in Winnipeg, which is in Manitoba, Canada. And this case is very interesting. It is quite bizarre and, of course, quite horrific what happened to Jennifer. So Jennifer Barrett was actually dating a guy by the name of Perez Cleveland, and Perez Cleveland actually had 4 other quote-unquote sister wives along with Jennifer. So in other words, Jennifer was 1 out of 5 ladies that Perez was either married to or dating, and all of them were living under the same household. It's very similar to like that TV show called Sister Wives, where one guy is dating or married to multiple women. Kind of what was happening here. So on December 1st, 2016, Jennifer's body was discovered in a barrel in the backyard of the house that all of them lived at. Now, this barrel was filled with many different chemicals. Of course, Perez was trying to make sure that her body just dissolved, and so there would be no more trace of her body. Police believe that Jennifer was killed more than 3 months or so prior to her remains that were found in the barrel. Now, Jennifer's last moments were pretty horrific. Perez beat Jennifer for several days in a row in the basement of the house, and that she temporarily left the basement and was found in like an abandoned car in the back of the house and returned back to the house, where Perez just resumed physically assaulting her before she ended up just falling over. Perez then poured water on her and used a taser where it electrocuted her. She did not wake up, and she ended up dying from just the physical abuse and then the electrocution. He then ordered 2 of the remaining women to help dispose of the remains. And that is when they put her body inside the barrel and moved it out to the backyard. So as you can imagine, Jennifer's last moments, the remaining days that she was alive, were just absolutely horrific. Being physically assaulted, beaten to the point of almost dying, and then being electrocuted to where it killed her. Just absolutely terrible what happened to her. Jennifer, as well as the 4 other ladies in the house, were all physically beaten and assaulted by Perez on essentially a daily basis. All of them were assaulted, verbally assaulted, physically assaulted, and sexually assaulted. Many of the women, after the fact, told police that they were absolutely terrified of Perez, and they feared that if they said anything, if they left, if they didn't help Perez essentially dispose of Jennifer's body, that they were scared that Perez would do the same thing to them. Perez was immediately arrested for her murder and went to trial and was sentenced to life in prison. However, from what I've been reading, it sounds like he has to serve at least 25 years before he's eligible for parole. I do not like the fact that he is eligible for parole. That to me is absolutely terrifying. Knowing the fact that he most likely will have a chance at being free one day. That is not something that Jennifer's family or friends or anyone wants. They want him to be put away forever, and I think that's exactly where he needs to be. Perez decided to murder her because he was jealous, as he believed that she was having an affair. So he murdered her because he thought that she was having an affair, which is kind of ironic considering the fact that he had 5 women that he was quote unquote dating or married to. So if you think about it, he is essentially committing adultery or having an affair with all these other women. So the fact that he claims that she was having an affair when he was doing exactly the same thing, if not worse. All right, guys, walking up to the house right now where Jennifer Barrett was murdered, and they found her body inside like a barrel outside the home. The house is located at 38 Forest Lake Drive. This is, again, one of those very bizarre cases. I feel like I tend to find a lot of bizarre cases for some reason, and this is one of them. Anyway, so not this dark gray or blue house. It's gonna be the house right after it. Still got the Christmas lights up, and we're in April right now. Kind of funny. All right, so yeah, this white car here, this is where the former home of Jennifer, and again, her murderer. But anyway, this is the house where that all happened. So Jennifer met Perez while they were living in Sudbury, Ontario in the 1990s. They started dating for a while, but then they eventually kind of broke up. But they eventually reconvened and reconnected in 2012 when Jennifer moved to Winnipeg. Jennifer had a son who was 20 at the time of her murder, and he was living with his grandparents at the time and not his mom. Kind of a weird but interesting story, and one that I wanted to make sure I told you guys. Something about the fact that, you know, they were all sister wives or whatever, and that they were all kind of dating or married to Perez. That just kind of intrigued me some, and then I found out, you know, the circumstances behind Jennifer's death. Anyway, guys, again, I'm going to head out of here. I have a lot more cases to do. I'm going to head back to Washington State where I live, but I will be back in Canada hopefully in the summertime. So if you guys have any suggestions of cases in Canada or the Northeast of the United States for that matter, please let me know. But until next time, again, my name is Harmon. Thank you for watching my videos. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.